and welcome back to Single Sounds. I am Katie Mack, the host and creator of this dating podcast where I interview singles and you as the listeners of this podcast can get in contact if you would like to date the guests on this show. Think of it as blind date / an audio version of a dating app, just on the format of a podcast. And as a side to that, I also do host some in-person dating events, and I had my 2-year anniversary Valentine's Day show last week, and it was amazing. I was so overwhelmed with the turnout and meeting everyone. It was just so special. The venue couldn't have been more perfect. It truly is an honor to have that much support in real life, not just via podcast. So I honestly really appreciate anyone who bought tickets and came along. It's really special. If you missed out this time, I can't promise that there'll be another one because I never know when I'm going to host one. But I'm hoping to host a comedy kind of single show at some point in summer maybe. So yeah, you can stay tuned. This week's guest is the last single male of February, and he is quite open-minded in what he's looking for, but he is definitely looking for a serious relationship. He would really enjoy some fun dates, maybe someone who's good with a pub quiz because his team need help, and also someone who can tolerate his cat. Green flags from me. If you were worried about the cost of living crisis, this guy might be able to help you out with some side hustles that he offers up in this episode, and he might bring you a gift on your first date of a Taylor Swift piano book. He does have a tendency to live his life as if he is in a rom-com and wouldn't mind a girlfriend who would sit and watch them with him. He is a websites developer but really dreams of winning the lottery. His other green flags include he cooks and he cleans, and my top tip for if you are going to go on a date with him is maybe don't share that ick list too early. Hello, welcome to Single Sounds.
You all right?
Yes, I am well, thank you for asking. How are you?
Good. Excited to be on.
Yeah, not too nervous?
No, well, a little bit nervous.
A little bit nervous?
No,
I've had a few beers.
Yeah, exactly. Nerves right the way now.
Loving life. Okay, let's do your dating profile. First question is, who are you sexually attracted to?
Women.
And how about what are you looking for?
Well, I'm going on holiday next month, so I'm really looking for someone to look after my cat when I'm away.
Nice.
That would be perfect. Also a nice relationship, but preferably if someone's free at end of March.
End of March.
You know, got the weekend free. I'm looking for someone.
Someone to look after the cat.
So that would be perfect. But apart from that, no preferences really. Quite open to looks and just serious relationship really. It's that time now.
Yeah, perfect. How about height, age, anything like that?
No preference to height. I think
we should get your height in there.
Yeah, I'm 6 foot, so not really someone who's as tall as me. Maybe not 5'11", but 5'10" down, maybe 5'9".
Yeah.
And age, I'm 29, so around that really.
Yeah.
I think 25 and above, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't really have much preference, to be honest.
Any like hobbies? Anything you'd like them to enjoy?
No, I'm quite an open book, so I'm just want someone to come and have fun on a date, you know?
Yeah.
I'm quite open.
That would be nice. Some fun dates.
I don't want to put anyone off by saying anything specific because, you know, I'm quite open-minded, so whatever, really.
Nice and chill.
Yeah.
I like it. And how about where would you like to date?
Yeah, well, I'm open to London in general, but I live in South London. And I know on this podcast, sometimes there's a lot of beef between North London and South London. And,
there's a lot of hate for South.
There really is. You know, a lot of travel, a lot of people talking about travel, you know, not having it about South London. But so if you hate South London, probably not for me. Because I do live in South London, so...
And we'll continue to live there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where the cat is.
And I'm not moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I am going to need you to come and look after that cat, so that is true. You've got to be able to come to South London.
It's fair. I get people to house sit for me for the cat all the time. It's very handy. I just ask friends though. No dates.
Yeah, no dates, no.
Just friends.
No, I don't have anyone that actually likes my cat.
Oh.
So that's why I need someone with, you know, need a fresh pair of eyes that don't know. You might a few swipes, a few bites. You know, I need someone who doesn't know him.
Or just someone really comfortable with cats.
Exactly, yeah.
That know that they'll do that.
Well, that can be a good test. That can be a good first test. Does he actually... How many times does he swipe you? Does he actually like you, you know?
Yeah. Is he good at like sniffing out the red flags?
No, not really. No, he's looks after himself, very selfish, you know. Wants to be fed, wants to go out, wants to be stroked, but not interested in many other people, you know.
Fair.
So
I can relate, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next section is acceptance. Will they be accepting of your flaws? Let's hope so. First question is, what is your most toxic trait?
My most toxic trait, my bad trait, is probably my short-term memory.
Okay.
And in particular,
Interesting.
a bad one is forgetting first names on dates.
Oh, no.
You know, not ideal. Not ideal. It's only happened 3 or 4 times, so
That's quite a lot of times.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it's too many, and each one as embarrassing as the last. You know, but I can't help it. And I think some people can get really offended by it, which is tough when
It's not the best
I know it's not the best first impression, which is tough when someone forgets my name. I really don't care. So it's tough when.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, but I totally get when people are quite upset about it. But
it's just what it is.
That's just what it is. Yeah.
I guess then, you just need someone that's going to be chill.
Yeah.
Just say like, oh well.
Exactly. Yeah. And like short-term memory in general, like it always gets me into like sort of bad situations, like at Christmas, forgetting my keys, go Christmas shopping, day before Christmas Eve. Get back and everyone's gone home. I've forgotten my key.
Oh no!
And I was out there for hours.
Is that this Christmas?
This Christmas just gone. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I'm out there for hours. I've got to call up my landlord. I've tried hopping over the fences.
No.
So I live like sort of 3 doors down. So I'm like, I've got to get in that back door. Surely I can get in. I'm trying to get my
going through like other people's gardens, that kind of thing.
Trying to get my hand to the letterbox. I've got to go. So I've jumped over 3 fences to get to the back door.
And it's locked.
It's locked. So I've got to jump back. The neighbour's come out because he's seen someone running through his garden.
Yeah, he probably thinks you're like stealing stuff.
He's like, who the hell is this? I did knock on his door, to be fair. I was like trying to get someone's attention. To be like, can I just lock over your fence? And he's like, hello, mate, you all right? I'm like, you're not going to know me, but I do live 2 doors down and I'm locked out. So I ended up having to go around my landlord's sister's about an hour away. Oh. He doesn't live in London. So that was a nightmare. And that's the sort of issues I always had that bad memory.
So you need someone to remind you, like before you leave the house, like phone, wallet, keys.
For sure. I'm also looking for someone who can remind me to return my Amazon packages,
my
ASOS deliveries.
That's a funny thing I found with men. You're rubbish at returning.
Yeah, no, we suck, especially me. Like
I returned a lot for my ex because he just didn't like doing it, and then he just like let them expire, and then he just lose the money. I guess keep the stuff he doesn't want.
I think it's like a really male thing to see like you've got 30 days to return something, so that means I can think about it on like day 28.
Yeah, and then you forget.
Like, yeah, I've forgotten. So in my room, there's a cupboard and sort of like a graveyard of old packages and like ASOS deliveries, clothes that don't fit me. I really need to. There's probably hundreds.
Yeah, you need to get on Vinted, but again, I feel like that's too much effort.
Yeah, that's too much effort. If someone wants to sort that for me, they can take they can have some commission for that.
Yeah, they can take a cut. That's so jokes. What's the splits? 20%?
No, more 50-50.
50-50? Yeah, you'll get someone to do that.
Well, right now it's just all sat there and I'm not sure I'm going to do it.
Yeah, that's true.
But no, I need to have get that on Vinted or something.
I'm tempted to do it for you for 50-50.
Yeah, exactly.
Depends how good this stuff is.
Well, there you go. We can do 2 in 1. Someone can look after my cat and whilst they're there, they can sort out.
Yeah, make money.
There you go, make money. Get rid of my Amazon packages that need.
You're basically offering side hustles at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Cat sitting, Vinted.
Yeah, exactly.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
If you're short on money, cost of living is getting you down.
Exactly.
Date this guy.
Well, there you go. That can pay for a few days.
Yeah.
At least. Yeah, we'll spend it together.
Yeah. That's so true. You can put it in like a cute joint account for your dates. That would be nice.
Exactly, yeah.
I like that idea.
So, yeah. So
I've
still got my sister a piano book for Christmas and I had to bring that back with me and that's still sat in my room now and it's just ready to go. But I'm not sure I'm going to get to the post office to take that back. I don't know.
So now you're just going to have a piano book.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Taylor Swift. And that's another benefit. If anyone wants a Taylor Swift piano book.
I mean, someone will want that.
Yeah. Well, you want to get on a first date with me then? I'll bring it as a gift. I've spent the money on it already. I need to get rid of it.
I'd want that. I don't have my keyboard anymore. I did get rid of that on Facebook Marketplace.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, someone gave me, it was honestly, I reckon it was like probably 20 years old. Someone gave me 50 quid for it. It was like a nice Casio thing.
Well, there you go. There's money to be made there.
There is. A Taylor Swift. Maybe you hold on to that piano book. It might be worth loads in the future.
Like my old Toy Story. My mum's still clinging on to my old Woody.
Oh, is it an original?
Yeah. Hundreds. She's in the loft somewhere. And I'm like, well, I want to get a chunk of that hundreds. If it's gone.
50-50.
That was a Christmas present, I think.
Yeah. Technically, it's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, people do that with like Beanie Babies and stuff. It's a bit crazy. Next question is, what would your therapist say about you?
Yeah, I was trying to think about this one, and I think, well, my housemate kind of said this more, but he said, you've got to stop living your life as if you think you're in sort of a rom-com.
Okay.
Yeah, which is so my dating life. You know, me and the boys, we like getting down on a Sunday, watching some rom-coms, and but I'll go into a date the week after thinking I'm sort of like Ryan Reynolds from some sort of rom-com, and I'm like, she's not the one. She's not the one. I know this already. It's not romantic. So I think I go over the back of that thinking I'm sort of Ryan Reynolds going into these dates, and I think I've got to take it less seriously in terms of I come back from some dates and be like, she's not the one. She's not the one.
Okay.
I had a great date, but she's not the one. And I think
I
I've
see
learned
you're
from
looking
that.
for, like, your
you know, I'm
soulmate.
looking for. I've had an 8 out of 10 date on that, but it wasn't a 10. It wasn't a 10. And the housemates were like, "But you had a good date though. Maybe
Yeah.
you should see her again." I don't know. There's no time for this. I've got to find the one. But actually, you know, I think I learned you've got to chill out a bit more, be relaxed, give people a chance as well. I think especially
Yeah, it grows.
yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I think especially as well as I'm. Sometimes you're not always 100% yourself. You can go under a bit of nerves. Sometimes it takes 20 minutes, an hour to warm up.
Yeah.
And I think you've got to give people a chance. And I think I'm much more leaning towards now, you know, some dates aren't perfect, but you sort of grow that bond over a few, I think.
Yeah, aim for just like a nice time.
Yeah, exactly. As long as it's fun, as long as they're a nice person, I think that's perfect, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think looking for the spark is such a... I feel like that's what it is, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like, you're looking for like someone that's just gonna like light up your life instantly. It'd be like love at first sight, when actually it's just like so unrealistic.
Yeah, I think it's that thing as well, isn't it? You know, people, you know, always say the classic saying of you're not going to find somebody if you're looking for it. And I think in previous dates, I've been like, oh, I'm ready to settle down now. So then I'm looking into it too much.
Yeah,
and I
being
think you just
like, can they be my wife on
Yeah,
day
exactly.
one? I'm so guilty of that.
Yeah, just chill, relax, just go into
It's
it
got a
open-minded.
name. It's like a trend at the moment. It's a toxic thing that I do, and I'm trying really not to.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it doesn't matter at that point. Like, I just need to get to like a few dates.
Yeah, I think just being chilled out is really important, isn't it? Just not looking too deep into it.
And I think also with first dates, someone could just have like a bit of a bad day.
100%.
Like, they've just had a bit of a shit day. It's not really
Everyone's
about
been
you.
there, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then they didn't want to cancel on you last minute because then they look also bad. So they're a good person. They haven't cancelled, but then actually they don't really want to be there.
Yeah, and I think sometimes when you've had a bad day and you're just rushing around and you just get to it and you're just like, I haven't thought about this at all. Now I'm like, I'm nervous. I'm anxious sometimes when I go to dates, being like,
that's scary.
I've been like fluttering around all week doing work and stuff like that, and you come to the end of the week, go on a date, and you're like, I'm not immediately, you know, I'm trying to be fun like initially, and I'm just like, I've had to go for rush hour to get here, and then you're just like, I need like 5 minutes just to chill.
Yeah, with a drink.
Yeah,
It's
that's
so
why it's always
true.
good to just get there 5 early, just chill, have a drink,
Yeah,
just, and then you're immediately fun from the start.
it's
yourself
true.
from
I
the
don't think
start.
getting there early is a bad thing, but I know that a lot of women especially like to be a bit later. So if
Yeah.
you're there with a drink ready,
Yeah,
win-win.
exactly. Yeah,
Set the tone.
exactly. Yeah, you don't want to. I don't want a bad rep from being late on a first date anyway. So I
No.
like to get there 5-10 minutes early.
Perfect.
Just, yeah.
Perfect. I think it's going to
Yeah.
go great. 2024 is going to go great.
Yeah.
Then he was dating in 2024. It's perfect. Okay, next section is adventure. First question: what is your worst dating story?
Yeah, so I feel quite lucky that I don't have loads of worse stories.
That's good.
Which is a good
You
thing.
didn't have like a plethora to choose from.
No, I didn't have to rack my brain for it, but you know, I got one where I was
A standout.
Yeah, stand out. It's not even that bad, to be fair. It's more awkward than bad. But so I started dating again. I was like, I'll get on Hinge, and I lined up 2 dates. I had one on Friday and one on a Saturday. 2 first dates.
Oh, good.
Exactly.
A busy
So I was
weekend.
like, yes, I'm getting back in there. I'm getting back in the game. And then Friday come round. Had a great date. Went really well.
Yeah.
And sort of at the end of the date, she was like trying to arrange a second date, and she was like, my housemate's ill, and she's just got a spare ticket to go see the Killers on Sunday. And I was like, well, that's an interesting second date.
Yeah.
And that's for one. I was like, you know what? That might be weird, but I've had such a good date this one. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I did.
Exactly. So I'm like, that's great. Saturday comes round, second date, new girl. I was like, no, it was okay. You know, I think because I had so much fun the last one, I was like, you know, that was all right. I thought, I might not see her again. So I was like, who knows? But then Sunday comes back round, excited for my second date. And Fridays go again.
3 days
I'm like,
in a whole weekend.
And the Killers as well. And she was like, it's free.
It's buzzing,
And I was
yeah.
like, this is a win-win-win.
Free.
Exactly.
Amazing.
So I'm not even that much of a Killers fan, but I was just like, well, it's a free ticket. I'm
Yeah.
going. And a
Oh,
second
yeah,
date.
yeah. I would go.
So we arrived sort of 5 minutes late anyway. And
Oh, as in the band had started.
so, well, no, the sub band, whatever you call them, the sport
the
act had
warm-up,
already
yeah.
started. So we were sort of five minutes late to that anyway, having a drink at the bar. And you know that awkward moment when you sort of have to shuffle past people to get to like your seats? Well, as I go through that, I'm shuffling past, and the girl I went on the date with the day before was literally in that, like, with all our mates sort of in that first row, and I'm in like the middle.
What are the odds of that?
Exactly, with this girl. And I'm like...
She could have thought maybe it's a friend.
Well,
no.
It was just me and her, yeah. And I was like, oh, and... On reflection, you know when you can handle things way better?
Yeah.
I should have been
Hindsight is a beautiful
in hindsight, I should have just been like, look, I want to date with this girl on Friday. This is our second date.
Yeah, especially because they were app dates. You could have got away with it being like, look,
exactly.
This happened and it's really uncomfortable.
But by this point, you get the awkward, like, you've got to introduce them. And I'm freaking out with this.
Yeah, panic.
I'm freaking out. I'm sweating. I'm like, oh no, what's she? I'm mumbling my words. I'm like, oh. And basically, like, this is awkward. And they've kind of said, like, oh, like, yeah, I am, you know, and I went on a date with...
They literally, like,
and they...
talked.
No, because I was chiming around. I was like, oh, no.
Oh,
no.
no.
And I was like, yeah. And so basically, they both realised that I'd been on a date with both of them the last 2 days. And then the girl I was with was really chill about it, because I think I'd be chill about it. Like, dating, sometimes first dates...
It's funny, like, you can just laugh it off, I feel.
You can have multiple first dates in a week. So the girl I was with was really chill about it. But then the other girl was really pissed about it. And I was like, oh no. I was like, that's all right. So we kind of shuffled down. Because they were at the end of the row, it was so awkward, like, you know, going to get beer, going to get something like that. And what made the story worse is the day before, I was wearing sort of like an overshirt like I'm wearing now and a black t-shirt. And I was like, I was really feeling myself in this new shirt I've got. And I was like, it's all right. I don't need to wash that again. I was like, I'm going to wear that on Sunday as well. And I was like, oh no. So I changed my black t-shirt. I'm wearing the same jeans and the same overshirt.
Yeah, that's fair. Like 2 days in a row, there's nothing weird about that. But yeah. She just thinks you have no other outfit.
Exactly. So well, luckily I wasn't wearing it 3 days in a row, because that would have been even more. Well, she wouldn't have known.
No,
anyway.
yeah. You wouldn't have worn it for the same
exactly,
girl the Friday, Sunday, but you did wear Saturday, Sunday. Yeah.
So I wore this again, but on this first initial awkward exchange, one of her, she was like with 6 girls. And I was like, oh, and they kind of like started chipping in at this point, being like, hold on, so you went on a date? And I was like, oh, no. And I'm like, oh, we really got to move down our seats now. And then she was like, oh yeah, Annie's wearing the same outfit that he wore yesterday. And I was like, oh no.
That's so mean of her to call that out.
I know. She was pissed. I was like, wow, she didn't react to that too well.
No.
But I can see why, kind of, but...
I don't.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you said it was all right. I mean, maybe she had a good time, to be fair.
Know, yeah. But some people, I don't know. Some people get touchy about it. But
yeah, wow. That's the odds of that are so low. Sure.
But that was one of them moments where you want the world to just sink in, and you're just like, oh no. I was like, so, like, let's shuffle down then. Excuse me. Let's get out of here. But actually, we had a really good time.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and ended up seeing the person for like a good couple of months, and sort of fizzled out, and we weren't meant for each other. But
it's got a good first start for you two, though, because you can just like laugh about it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it probably put you off the Saturday girl even more, because you were like, you were not chill about this.
Exactly. Yeah, I think I got like a good feeling about the one I was with, and she was just really chilled about it, and just laughing about it, and we could have fun about it. So I was like, that was good.
Yeah, good test almost.
Yeah, but not something I want to do again.
No. That is awkward. It's a good story, but it's...
Yeah, that's like classic me when I've just dropped into a situation like that. You can either just be like really chill about it, just explain it, or you can be like, I was like fumbling words, like... And I get like that. Sometimes under pressure, I get like that. I did a pitch the other day for my business, and I was like... And I'm a web developer, so I make websites, and I said web shites instead of websites. I was so like, oh, this is a big pitch. I've got to prepare for this. And literally the first thing I said was web shites. And I was immediately backtracking. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. And not only that, well, what kind of made it better, my boss was like, whoa, hold on. And bearing in mind, we're trying to impress these people. He kind of stopped the whole thing from me like 1 minute into it. I was like, did you just say web shites?
No, I was like, oh. He could have just skimmed over it.
Well, I was hoping we would skim over it. But
you might have thought you had a lisp or something.
Exactly. Well, I did. I think I needed a drink or something. I was like...
Yeah, your mouth is so dry. That does happen.
I was that nervous about this pitch. I was like, oh. No. But I think that actually made it a whole lot better, because I was immediately... We could laugh about it.
And then people laughed, relaxed.
Exactly, yeah.
Nice. Next question is, what does your dream life look like?
Yeah, so normally people have sort of like dreams here which are kind of achievable or like realistic. But mine is to win the lottery, for sure.
Really?
100%.
What would you do with it? I need to know all the details.
But that's the good thing about it. So in lockdown, I was like, I need to get out of this slump. I need to get out. Lockdown's miserable. I'm going to start playing the lottery. I was like, and then slowly but slowly, I sort of get more deluded as in this thinking like that 3 billion to 1 or whatever the odds are. I was like, maybe I'm the one.
Achievable. Yeah,
maybe
someone
this
has
is it
to
for
be
me.
the
Maybe
one.
this is it. So I'm calling up my mate. I'm like, what are we going to do with it? And we're like, we're going straight to Asia. We're going to have sort of like a comeback tour. And I was like, we're going out there. No one's gonna know where we are. We're not gonna tell anyone where. And I was like, firstly, you're already saying we. I've won the lottery. Yeah, but we're sharing, aren't we? And I was like, yeah, fair, we're sharing it.
Oh, I think it came down to it then. Your ticket won. You'd give them some, but not half.
Not half. Well, I always say, this is my housemate and my bestie I've known for like 20 years. And I always say, no, I'll give you whatever you want, but it comes with strings attached. You're not I'm gonna be saying what we're doing. I'm gonna be saying what we're doing. I'm gonna be like, at the click of any moment, I might be like, we're going to Vegas.
It is my money, yeah.
We're going to Vegas.
Yeah.
And I don't care what you've got planned.
You just got to
maybe I'll give him a salary every year. And if he keeps up some good work, he can keep the salary.
Yeah, if you keep having fun with me, you're allowed to keep the money.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Exactly.
A fun salary.
Yeah, exactly.
You only get it if you're fun.
Exactly. Is there any whiff of you getting old and settling down? No. You're with me on this one now. So
it is actually so much money though that it's too much. So
yeah,
I don't think most people have a plan. It's just like, what do you do with that?
No, exactly.
I'd love to gift like so many people like loads of money.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even have to be like loads. If you just imagine if your friend just gave you like 100k.
Exactly. Yeah.
Everyone would be buzzed. No one would be complaining.
Yeah, exactly. So this is what I always kind of like to ask people this as well, because you can get like a really good indication of what someone's like from if they won the lottery. Because I've heard people be like, I'm moving away just immediately. I'm like, any friends? No one there? No, I'm out of this country. I'm gone. And you're like, fair. That's a bit negative, but I guess that's what you want to do.
Yeah, my first instinct is to share.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I wouldn't keep it quiet. Like I know some people say that too. They just like live their life and just keep it quiet.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I've won how much? Like the 200 million.
Yeah.
I'm not keeping that quiet.
Yeah, exactly. I think the last Euro.
I don't want it in the. I don't want it in the news, but like I want my friends to kind of like.
Exactly.
No,
yeah.
They don't need to know the exact amount, but
that's like a stupid amount of money as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
I think
you can't even spend that.
The last Euro Millions was something like 180 million.
Yeah, I think that's where I got it from. Yeah, 180.
But also, like, where would you live? Because I always like asking people that, because you get a good indication of, like, some people love the city lifestyle. And, like, I buy the biggest flat in London, central London or something like that. And some people are like, move straight out to the country, settle down. So it's always interesting, like, where would you go?
I'd have both.
Yeah.
I'd have multiple houses everywhere.
Like, I think, and also, who would you live with? Because if you haven't got a partner, I'm immediately like...
Solo.
Yeah. Oh, you see, that's interesting, because I'd be
I'm still solo.
Yeah.
Oh, but I guess you could like have all your friends with you.
Exactly.
But with that, I don't know. The whole living with people is not my vibe.
Exactly. I think if I'm living in a normal house, maybe I'm less inclined to live with other people.
I think
but if I'm living in like a...
But if you've got like... I'm thinking I'd buy like the penthouse suite in like, I don't know, Covent Garden. I've seen the ones they have like hot tubs on the balcony.
Exactly.
That's what I'm picturing, right? I do not want other people messing that up.
Really?
No.
Well,
They trash it. My like
that's true.
£20 million flat.
That is true. That is true.
Because they haven't spent money on it, so they wouldn't care about it. But it would be like my pride and joy.
But then I'm thinking, do you really want to live on a £20 million flat on your own? It's going to be massive.
Yeah.
It's going to be like,
you can just invite people over whenever.
No, I think I've got to limit people. But if you're that rich, I guess we'll have a cleaner every day.
True.
You know?
That's so true, actually. You won't do your own cleaning. So.
Or maybe this is a good reason why I keep people on a salary base as well. I'll be like, if you smash the flat up, your salary's gone.
I'd be too worried that they'd invite over like loads of dates all the time, because obviously the house is sick.
Yeah.
And then you just have random people in your house all the time.
That's true. But that's not much different from the house I live in at the minute. So I guess...
The thing is, we're coming from like different angles. Like you're already in the share house. Yeah. I'm already alone. So I'm like, that sounds like hell. Yeah. And you're like, but my friends, I like them.
Yeah, I'll miss them.
Yeah, that's cute. That's cute.
Maybe I'll give it a trial. Like I was saying, I'm talking as if this is reality now. This sort of 3 billion one.
Yeah,
I'll give it a trial when I win the money. It's definitely happening.
I would do a big holiday too, but again, I wouldn't go alone. I'd invite like everyone. I'd hire like some private island somewhere. I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah.
Fly everyone in like on helicopters or something. Do you know what I mean? Just like go so big.
Yeah. I'm never turning up to Glastonbury again if I'm not in a helicopter.
Yeah, you're
I'm
like
not trunking through
top
the mud
VIP tent. Again, yeah, I'd love to do that. Like everyone that's got tickets this year, there's a reason that you're on the podcast.
Yes.
We haven't told everyone.
No, I was lucky. I'm being blackmailed.
This is literally blackmail.
If anyone's listening, Katie's got my Glastonbury ticket right now with a pair of scissors to it. Come on, I need help.
I got like so many Glastonbury tickets this year. I got 16. And this lovely guest was one of them.
Yes.
Because he happened to be in a group with one of my friends. So
And I also snaked the group I was in as well. I was like...
Oh yeah, we moved your name from...
Someone... We always have a big spreadsheet, and I just saw someone hovering over my name, and I was like, what's going on here? And all of a sudden, I'm copied and paste somewhere else, and I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? I'm freaking out at this point.
It's me in the background, like
and then
moving
I just get
them
a
over.
message, you've got tickets. And I'm like, bad news, it's only for you and Joe. And I'm like, oh no. And I'm like, sorry guys.
Yeah, literally, because I was on the phone to them and I was like, who do you want to pick? And they were like, this is like picking between children.
Yeah. But hey,
we only had so many spaces. I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I'm taking it.
But yeah, so that was the payment I said, because I got your tickets, because they're like gold dust if someone doesn't know.
For sure.
They're fucking hard to get, so.
And I hope you like my Photoshop.
Oh yeah, and if you saw those beautiful images, actually I might reshare them.
Yeah.
One of them we can't now, because...
Yeah, we won't say why, we're just...
We're not going to say what was in the image.
We'll archive that one.
I'll do the snake. Oh, I can't. I'll put emojis over your face.
Yeah.
There was a rude thing in one of the backgrounds, and if I knew that was in there, I would have never...
That was not the one I made, by the way. So.
I would have never reshared it. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was your friend, but... He told us like months later. Yeah. I'd already shared it to all my followers. I think luckily no one picked it up because it was like faded in the clouds, but like it was not okay.
No. Yeah, weird sense of humour, but we'll go with it.
Very dark. No one needs to know. But yeah, back to the millions. Everyone that's got tickets, I just buy out the whole VIP section.
Yeah,
it's only $5,000 each, but if you've got that much money.
Yeah, for sure. I always think as well, like, there's friends I'd give money to, and then there's friends that are sort of on the cusp of being me, like, give money to them. So I'm like, you know what?
Well, it's hard. It would be hard to draw a line.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is the ones that are sort of on the cusp, I'll just go, let's just go on a massive holiday.
Yeah,
That's my...
contribution.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll all have a great time. But
yeah, I'm not going to give you $100,000.
Yeah. It's always interesting as well to ask of your friends. So last Glastonbury we went and we all bought the lottery ticket on the Thursday whenever. For Friday's lottery, and we were like, this is it. And we were discussing on the way back. I was like, how much are you giving me? And one housemate's like, 10 mil. And I'm like, great. You're getting 10 mil back. And the other one's like, I don't know, like 50 grand.
Oh.
I'm like, what? I'm like, wait a minute. I've known you for what, like 15 years?
50 grand.
How much am I winning? Like 100 mil? 150, say, even 50 mil? Yeah, about 50 grand sounds right.
Yeah, not even 1 mil. I was like, not even a 50th.
You know what? 50 grand right back at you when I win.
Yeah. Yeah, the dream life is winning the lottery.
For sure.
I do think it would give you a lot of problems, though.
Yeah, I always read.
I think
you always see the TV shows about that.
Yeah, like family members getting funny about it, that you're giving it to friends and...
Nah, because I think how ruthless... Depends how ruthless you are. Yeah, for sure.
You'd have to pick a few trusted people just to like help you figure it out. Yeah, maybe an independent financial advisor.
Yeah.
So they can't get emotional about it.
Exactly, yeah. We've already gathered as well, if you're giving as much away as well as I am, sort of like, I don't think there's problems when you're giving away. I think the problems more start when you're not. You know, if you're giving family members but not some others, I'd be like, all my cousins, aunties, stuff like that. Yeah,
anyone.
I think it's more a question of where do you draw the lines if you
don't
win
give
like
anything.
10 mil.
Yeah.
If you win 180, it's literally like...
it's like just chucking it at people. But you're right, like 10 mil, that's actually not that much to give away.
In the grand scheme of things, once you've bought a house and given stuff to your parents...
the kind of flat I'm thinking of is over 10 mil, so...
Well, that's what I pay the Euro millions.
That's why I wouldn't be able to get my dream house with that. Or it'd be all on the house and that would be kind of silly.
Yeah. Is that where we've got to? We win 10 mil and we're like, that's a shame.
Yeah. I mean, you'd be absolutely buzzing. You wouldn't be like, that's a shame. But it would be a shame because you couldn't dish it out quite the same.
Yeah.
Let's move on to affection section. First question is, what is your biggest ick?
I think my biggest ick is sort of judgmentalness and sort of that borders online to like rudeness.
Yeah.
And also a big ick of mine is also hearing other people's ick list,
Oh, fair.
like what's on them, you know.
And we all love doing that.
Yeah,
as well.
exactly. And
We've all got them on our notes.
Yeah, and we're all contradicting each other, being like, no, that can't be on your ick list, and then something ridiculous is on yours, you know. Like,
Yeah.
But I think like judgmentalness, like I think when people have red flags and ick lists, where they're like 100 items long,
Yeah.
and you look at some of them and you're like, there's some really trivial stuff on there. It's like,
Yeah, sometimes they're crazy.
yeah, for me, an ick list is like, I wouldn't see somebody again if something they did was on there. And when you see really trivial stuff, you're like, you wouldn't see them again for that. So it's like, I think when it borders online rudeness and judgmentalness, everyone's judgmental, but I think I'm looking for someone who's quite caring, like compassionate, not rude in the slightest,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
What about gossiping?
Gossiping.
Does that come under being judgy?
No, but I think that's what I'm saying. I think everyone loves.
Yeah,
Like,
I
gossiping
I
and-
just think gossiping's like part
Yeah,
of
for
life,
sure, for
and I
sure.
really enjoy it, and it's my guilty pleasure.
Yeah, and I would be a hypocrite if I was saying, "Oh no, you can't gossip," when I would probably like,
I think some people actually like, no, you can't.
yeah. I
So
think,
I wondered if it was like that.
yeah,
'cause
no, it's more along the lines of,
just being like mean.
yeah, well, not even when it's sort of turned into sort of judging somebody and being quite condescending on it. Really, that's when I'm just like, because the amount of dates I've been on, someone, you know, you might not have the same interest as them, but they're quite condescending on the ones you do have, or something like
Oh,
that.
I see. Yeah,
And
they
you're
like belittle your hobbies
yeah,
and
and
stuff.
stuff like that. And there's not many. I'm looking for someone who's quite open-minded, you know, and quite compassionate. And everyone's got differences, and I don't know. I think
Yeah,
we're
being a
getting-
bit understanding.
maybe with the ick list and the red flag list, sometimes we're going too far into the.
Yeah, we've
You
overshot.
Yeah, maybe a bit more open-minded on a first date. Then you know.
Yeah, I think some of them are a joke,
Yeah.
but yeah, it sounds like your list is more like actual turn-offs,
Yeah.
not like
Well,
silly icks.
Yeah, I think red flags, like, everyone's got some, and for good reasons as well. Like, and everyone has a lot of common ones as well. You know, someone's rude to a waitress, everyone's immediately like, that's,
Red flag.
yeah, 100%. So I'm always like, the really common ones and the general ones and the actual major ones, everyone should have them.
Yeah.
But then it's when you're getting down to like, people have hundreds.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
Really? And they just get out the phone, list them off. I was like, that's kind of crazy, some of them are on there.
Yeah, I've only got 3 and they're all silly. My favourite one on the list though is that a guy once referred to his mum as Mama Bear.
No, yeah, I know. See, this is where I kind of, it is the interesting ones like that when you are like, I'm trying to be like.
I liked him up until that point.
Really?
Like it
But-
really did turn.
Is that see? That's like kind of not. That's kind of the opposite of me. As in, I would be like, that's an ick, but I would never be like.
It's
that-
goodbye.
Yeah, that's goodbye. But
It sounds like
it
you
is
haven't
interesting.
experienced the ick in its full form.
No,
Yeah.
no, but that's what I'm saying. For me, every ick I've ever like faced, it's been quite a serious one. And it's either because I'm quite laid back, I don't mind a lot of stuff, or I haven't had someone who's immediately just been like, give me the ick over something tiny, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh no. So
It does
it's
happen
interesting.
sometimes. Like it just, I think because then you kind of spiral. So like with the Mama Bear, I was like, what else did he say that's weird? Is Daddy Papa Bear? Like,
No, I've never had.
what's he
that,
going to
to be
call
fair.
me? Like as a nickname? Is it going to
Oh,
be something
no.
awful? Do you know what I mean?
No.
Like you start spiraling, and then all of a sudden you can't get past Mama Bear.
Yeah, that's true. But then, are we looking into it too much?
I don't know.
Who knows? Who knows?
I feel like something else would have come up.
Yeah,
I think it's normally just like it's just something that like cringes you out, and then you're like, it kind of like it's almost like you're saying about your rom-coms. It's almost like it brings you down to
Yeah.
like reality, and then you're like, wait, do I even like this person?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what am I doing?
But then that takes me back to like the sometimes, am I being too serious on a date? I'm like, if they say something like that, I'm like, no,
Yeah,
can't do it. And then now I'm getting into more of like am I just being too serious about it? Am I not chilled out? You know, have I just got to go with it?
yeah. Maybe you
But
just got to
you
go with the
never know.
ex.
You never know. Yeah, exactly. No, yeah.
We've gone full
I'll tell you how it
circle.
goes. I'll tell you how it goes.
Yeah.
I might be changing my tune in a month's time. You know?
Yeah, you can update us all. Bestie rec time. I hope you're excited for this.
I am. I haven't heard.
I've got no more questions. So.
I haven't heard this either, so I'm quite excited to.
Yeah. I will warn you that the first like 15 seconds is addressed to me, but I think I'm going to leave it in the recording.
Okay, no, I
because
like
it's
that.
dating related and it's quite funny.
And he's a big fan. He's a big fan of the podcast.
He's a big fan of the pod.
So-
And it's a cute little intro.
Hello, Katie. How are you? I hope you're well. Told me about the weird guy. and I don't want to say I told you so, but anyway. So yes, long time listener, first time caller, really excited to be here. The reasons to date my mate, I first met I think 25 years ago when our parents both dropped us off for our first day of nursery. I remember very vividly crying my eyes out that day, and my friend who's on your podcast gave me a big hug, and I think we played all day since then. He was a sweet boy then, and I think he's even a sweeter boy now. He both loves a cozy night in with our horrible cat, who I think is whining in the background of this voice note, as well as a very boozy Saturday night out. He is extremely and sometimes frustratingly clean. He makes a delicious Sunday roast. He's recording this podcast instead of watching Liverpool, so I certainly don't think he will have any commitment issues. He is an avid pub quizzer. However, we haven't yet won our local pub quiz. So please, only smart people do apply, because we are definitely missing a piece. However, to conclude, I would say that he is in my 25 years of experience, I would say that he is a very generous, quite annoying, very funny and extremely kind person. So please do go gentle on his heart and ply away, whatever. Cheers.
Oh, that was nice.
It was nice.
I have no idea what I was expecting.
Only a bit annoying.
Yeah, only a bit. No, that was really nice. But he does
good.
make a great comment about pub quiz, actually.
Yeah, you're struggling.
Yeah, we're struggling big time. So cat can date and pub quiz. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. But no, that was really nice. And it's interesting,
really nice.
like all my housemates I've known for that long. It's quite cool that, 20, 25 years later, whatever, living with them again.
Yeah, it's mad that they're like from primary school.
Yeah, exactly. And
That's quite rare.
Yeah, 100%. You don't meet many people that you've known for that long, and it's really cool. That,
yeah, you haven't driven each other to insanity.
Yeah, that's credit to us all, I think.
I think it is, yeah, genuinely. Like, that's impressive. Oh, no, the biggest green flag was that you're missing the football.
Yes.
For this.
Definitely. Yeah, I know.
I've dated those guys that can't miss the football. It's a fucking nightmare.
I know. Yeah, sometimes I'm like that, but only on cup finals.
Yeah, that's
but
fine. I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Because I appreciate.
Exactly.
And also, if you tell me when it is.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. Like, they have fixtures, right? You know when it's going to be.
Exactly. You can also come to the pub and join me if you want.
Yeah, this thing, I like football and I'm not against it, but like some guys just take it too far. They literally can't miss like the most stupid games when it's like with the bottom of the league versus
100%.
your decent team.
Yeah.
And it's like, can't you just watch the highlights?
Yeah.
Like, we've got a party. Do you know what I mean? Like, someone's birthday, like, that's when it drives me mad. Like, when there's a proper plan in place and you can't miss some silly game that doesn't even matter.
Yeah, and exactly. There was one last month, day before Christmas Eve. Mum booked a panto, and it was when Arsenal v Liverpool was on, and I was like, not a great timing, but I'm not going to miss a panto.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Go.
I think sometimes like some people just miss the big picture when it comes to like sport. It's like you're not really going to miss much.
No, for sure. Many people always ask as well, like, why do you support a northern team? But my mum and dad from Liverpool, so
that makes sense.
Exactly. So I didn't have much of a choice.
Not a glory hunter.
No, my dad didn't give me much of a choice, to be fair. He was like,
yeah, this is your team. No.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, and the start was basically I showed him this guy on Hinge and he was messaging me quite well, and your friend said it was a red flag, like the way he was messaging, and I was like, no, I think it's quite nice. Like, he was putting in loads of effort basically. And then he ghosted. He was like, I told you it was weird. Because he got a bit weird.
Yeah. He's actually incredible at giving dating advice as well.
Yeah.
And sort of red flags and people you should and shouldn't date.
Yeah, he just knew. Like, I was really impressed. Okay, let's do the little summary.
Yeah. Looking for someone kind and compassionate like me. Someone who wants to have loads of fun. Obviously someone who doesn't mind a cat. Being around a cat. Watch rom-coms with me all day.
Cats are green flags.
Exactly.
What's what's your favourite rom-com?
I think they vary. The one I watched last was.
Can I guess? Is it Notting Hill?
No.
Oh.
No, that is up there. But I don't think it's
most guys' favourite.
Yeah, I think when you watch that like 100 times, it stops being your favourite.
Yeah.
The last one I watched, this is now one of my favourites, is Crazy Stupid Love.
Oh.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, obviously.
Perfect.
Yeah, so if you're winning...
I don't think you'll struggle to find someone that will do that with you.
Yeah, so if someone can suggest a rom-com that I haven't seen, great.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, that's a
I
challenge.
Google that. I have to like go through lists and try and find ones that I haven't seen.
Exactly. And yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So if you are that open-minded, kind and cat-sitting kind of person, don't hesitate to write into the podcast at Single Sounds on Instagram or via email singlesoundspodcast@gmail.com to get his details and set up that date so you get your free Taylor Swift piano book if you want it. That is not compulsory. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll be back next Tuesday as always. Hope you have a great week. Bye.